G'day folks, welcome back to another natural gas update. So you'll just notice the price has actually bounced off a minor support level. Let's cover that in the charts in the next few minutes. Before we go any further, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button to support the channel. But first, looking at the natural gas outlook for prices, natural gas prices are stabilising with Henry Hub spot prices recently rising to $3.10 and futures climbing to $3.38. The market sentiment is cautiously bullish due to potential winter demand spikes and global LNG export growth. For demand drivers, US residential and commercial heating demand surged by 22.5% week on week due to colder weather. LNG exports remain strong, averaging an 8% year-over-year increase driven by expanded capacity and global restocking in Asia and Europe. The supply, the US natural gas production rose by 1.1% recently, supported by high inventories, 8% above the 5-year average, acting as a price buffer. However, any colder than expected winter could tighten inventories, creating upward price pressures. For BOIL, KLD and UNG, the leveraged ETFs remain highly sensitive to short-term volatility, while UNG tracks long-term futures. Their movements hinge on weather forecasts and macroeconomic conditions. AI data-powered demands. The energy consumption of AI-related data centers is growing but remains a small fraction of total global energy use. Natural gas plays a role in powering data centers indirectly, particularly in regions relying on gas-fired power plants. Estimates suggest AI's power demand could significantly increase by 2030, yet it still represents a minor segment of the overall demand. So again, for those new to the channel, we always look at the overall trend from the larger time frames. So here we've got the monthly, the weekly and the daily. So on the monthly, first off, we've got these moving averages on the CCI 150. That's broken above the moving averages. Likewise, the price is above its respective moving averages. And again, these moving averages can be found in the description below for that video to learn how to draw these yourself on your charting software. So bullish on the monthly. On the weekly, it's also bullish, but notice the CCI is pulling towards that moving average. So we might see it break lower. So just be cautious of that. The price is still well above its moving averages. So bullish on the price, but again, somewhat weakening on the CCI. And on the daily, we did have it hit this key resistance up here at 36.34. It actually broke through this minor support at 30.96. And you'll notice here it's currently kissing that current support level at what was previously a resistance, now it's support. And I've also drawn these diagonal trend lines, and it's currently in this range at the moment, has been so in the last few weeks. But notice also the CCI is broken below the moving averages, giving us a somewhat bearish signal. Likewise, the price is below its respective moving averages. So I'll keep an eye on that. It may still bounce within that those diagonal trend lines, and we might see it either break below or above that. We can't tell for sure, but at the moment it's giving us more of a bearish outlook. So just keep an eye on it. If it breaks below that trend line, then it's probably going to have further downside at the moment. The other thing to notice as well is if I zoom in on this little Fibonacci range between that high and that low, you'll see there it's actually come close to, it bounced off that 61%, which is a key area. And if it falls below that trend line, then that means it's going to actually fall below this 61%, which is a key area to look out for, in which case we'll see further weakening of the natural gas price. Now, if we go to the intraday chart, and if you're trading on the intraday, and I've got the 1 hour here, so if you're trading on the 2 hour, for example, or the 4 hour, just interchange that with your respective time. But we always trade in a direction of the higher time frame. Here we've got the daily, so we're only taking short trades at the moment. So you can see here on the hourly, since our last video, the CCI broke below the moving averages, and as soon as that price broke below its respective moving averages on that candle there, you would have gone short, and since then you're still in the trade. Now at the moment, the CCI may pull back into that moving average range, and again, if you're new to the channel, you know I like taking profits when it touches that moving or breaks into that moving average of the CCI, and in which case, had you entered in at the close of that candle on the 1 hour time frame, you're currently down up 171 points if you're going short. So again, avoid going long, even if it breaks above like it did here. Avoid going long until you see the daily or the higher time frame break higher. But at the moment, it's trading short, so take short trades only. So looking at the BOIL on the monthly, it's still bearish on the price chart. There's no CCI for it on the monthly. On the weekly, we did have this bullish divergence. Again, notice the CCI is pushing higher with the price dropping lower. That's a bullish divergence. So at some point, we're going to see a bounce here, and we can't tell exactly when. But I'd like to see this break with the moving averages break higher and start trending upwards in alignment with this bullish movement on the CCI. On the daily, again, we were trapped in this support resistance area between 35.98 and 61.05, and it's bounced, had a double bottom off that support initially a few days ago, and now it's bouncing higher. You'll notice the CCI is also broken above the moving average range, so both the price and the CCI are bullish, which means we take long trades only on the intraday. Again, if you're trading on the 1 hour. Now you'll notice here the daily is bullish, but the hourly is broken below the moving average range, and it's about to do so on the price as well. So avoid going short until we see this break on the daily, break below that moving average range. As soon as it does that, you can take short trades, making sure the 1 hour and the daily are in alignment. At the moment, avoid going long or short, and if you were going long, you should have taken your profits as soon as that touch that the moving average range of the CCI. So for KOLD, bullish move on the price on the monthly. There's no CCI on the monthly. On the weekly, we did have back here in 2022, we did have a bullish divergence, and the CCI is still rising actually since then. But notice the bounce off that bullish movement, and we had this broke above that moving average range, and you would have started going long during that period, with the exception of those little pullbacks in those weeks there. But at the moment, still bullish movement on the CCI, but notice the price is broken below, so just be careful about going long. I'd like to see this break higher than those moving averages to be more bullish. On the daily, again, we've been trapped in this minor support resistance range. It's actually broken to the bottom of that minor support a few times. It's done so now again. Again, notice on the daily it's broken below that moving average range. Likewise, the price, so bearish movement at the moment on the daily. If we go to the intraday on the hourly, this is in the reverse, obviously. So we've got the CCI is broken above the moving averages, and notice the price is breaking above as well. So avoid going short and don't go long until we see this break higher on the daily time frame as well. So at the moment, stand back from this going long or short. And for UNG on the monthly, this is well below its moving averages of the price chart. The monthly CCI is actually broken above that very narrow moving average range, giving us a bullish signal. So again, early signs of a bullish movement on the monthly. On the weekly, we've also had this bullish divergence, higher lows on the CCI versus lower lows on the price. Now the CCI is still rising and the price is still dropping. So again, not quite movement yet to the upside or bullish movement, but the CCI is showing potential bullish movement at some point. Again, that's a long-term viewpoint. On the daily, it's actually bounced off this support at 12.57, like 1, 2, 3, almost 4 times. But it's bounced off this minor support at 12.96. And between that minor support and minor resistance at 12.96 and 15.20, and it's pulling back again off that minor resistance. You'll notice the CCI is broken above the moving average range and the price is above its moving averages. But notice it's pulling back towards that moving average range on the daily, so just be careful. On the intraday, again, bullish movement on the daily, so taking long trades only. But notice again, it's broken below on the price as well as the moving average. So avoid going long or short. Now, you would take short positions only when that daily breaks below that moving average range, likewise the price. But at the moment, again, stand back from this one. Avoid taking any trades. To support the channel more, hit that like and subscribe button and share the video. For added benefits and the cost of a coffee, consider subscribing to the Patreon page where we look at weekly scans of bullish trending shares and insider trades that may have occurred. Thanks again and see you in the next video.